Welcome to the Hanford Dixon Show. I'm Gabriella Cruz alongside the top
Some
dog.
people say I'm no good. I'm crazy as can be. I get drunk in the morning, I get stoned in the afternoon, but I ain't asking nobody for nothing.
What?
We can't get it on our own. If you don't like the way we're living, leave this old short-haired country boy alone. You know why I'm so happy, Gab? You know why I start off this show just singing that song? Because it's getting ready to be draft week. We getting ready to get us a good player with the number 2 pick, and I'm all excited about it.
Well, I'm excited about that, too. I wasn't sure if you were excited because, you know, the Guardians swept the Pirates. The Cavs took game 1 against the Heat as we kick off the playoffs here.
Well,
Wasn't sure if you saw your boy Ty Jerome go off. I know you got your favorites out here.
Well, let's start with those Guardians. We have won 3 in a row, but I have to tell you, I was a little bit worried watching that game. I could not believe I have not been able to figure out what is the problem with Classier. I mean, guys, we were.
The problem with who?
What's his name? Classier, our closer. What's his name?
Close.
What's his name?
Classe.
That's the cutest pronunciation I've ever heard.
Okay, Classier.
You gave him a little bit more.
But
Here's
here's the thing that make me mad. I mean, guys, we know how good he was last year.
I know.
I mean,
there are times we've been concerned.
But did you see him in the 9th yesterday? I mean, it was just absolutely, it was and I like him. I mean, I really like him. I think he's, I am by no means saying, hey, let's get rid of him or I don't want to keep him on our team. He is our guy. We're going to keep him. But guys, I mean, for him to struggle the way that he's been struggling yesterday, to let them go back in the 9th to tie up the ball game, I mean, it was just crazy. Just thank goodness we were able to score in extra innings to score a run and then to win this ball game. I thought it was crazy. You know what? I was watching that on and on. Can somebody tell me, because I saw Big Christmas, who has been struggling a little bit this year too, but I like Big Christmas, but Big Christmas was the one that scored. He came from third, he tagged up, and he came home. How did he get on base? I have to figure that out. Did he walk or did he hit his way on? But it doesn't matter. He was on base, so we won the game. So, but I'm a little bit upset with them. But they're winning. That's all that matters.
I thought you were going to bring up the controversial play, Pat, about the tag with Jose and
that was crazy.
The injured player with his hand off.
Yeah, did you see that, Hanford?
Well,
did you see that, Hanford?
Well, I was off and on, but is this the play where the guy thought he was hurt?
Well, he was hurt. Here's the thing that threw me, Pat, and I could be wrong, but when I watched the replay, it looked like the ump called him safe.
Yeah.
So then he lifted his hand up for time, and then he went back and called him out. So I think that's where people were getting up in arms. But I don't like people getting up on Jose either. Like,
Jose's just playing
was just
the
trying
game.
to finish a play.
Yeah.
Like you gotta do. You have your routine
if
thing.
the player,
you gotta do it. You gotta follow through.
That's the hard one with baseball too, because like in football game, like you're still gonna run if somebody gets hurt. You know what I mean? Like you can't just stop the play. Like Jose was just tagging him because that's how baseball works. Like just because he's hurt doesn't mean like you stop the play.
Well, I'm just glad that he was aware, of the circumstances to do that, because the guy clearly took his hand up off the base and trying to looking at the ref and like, but you can't do it that way. You got to call timeout first before you could take your hand off or whatever off the base. And Jose tagged him, but guy, you know, Jose is Jose. I mean, that's the heart and soul of our baseball team. I mean, he is. But what about what's this little young kid? And he was playing Kyle. Is that his name?
Oh, Manzardo.
Yeah. What the hell?
Did you see the homer, the blast off into the Allegheny?
Yeah.
You know, the running joke was that you saw the line of people for the Skeens bobblehead.
Right.
And there were all these memes. McNeil probably made one.
Yeah.
Or somebody,
for
Dolly
sure.
Dognick.
Yeah, so the line was all the way back down the Clemente Bridge to the other side of the Allegheny River, by the way.
Wow.
Because it was Paul Skeens bobblehead day, or
like Kyle Manzardo Day. Or
exactly.
what people were
Ben
saying.
Lively Day.
Yeah, Ben Lively.
Kyle Manzardo Day. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny because we used to, as football players, a lot of us were big baseball fans, and we would sit in the locker room and we would just joke about the baseball players' names. We said, where the hell did they get these names from?
They're are some cool eccentric names in baseball, and I think it's cool.
Yeah, but what happened to Rick and Pat and and
well, my favorite one is
wait,
like,
don't say it. Don't say it. On the count of 3, Pat, say your favorite that just came to mind really quick.
Baseball name?
Yeah.
Does it have to be on the Guards?
Well, the one that I'm thinking of was on the Guards.
Okay. Of all time or on this team?
Not on this team.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Jody
Cocoa
Garrett.
Crisp.
Oh,
Okay.
That's a great one. That's a great one. Cocoa
Cool
Crisp is great.
Cocoa Crisp? Come on. That's a sweet name.
Yeah.
But you were headed before she said that in another direction.
Yeah,
What
I was
were
gonna say the funniest one to me is like Vladimir. Like,
Okay,
because
yeah,
Vladimir
Vlad.
Guerrero, senior and junior, they're from like the Dominican Republic or something.
Right.
They're not Russian. Like, what are we doing here? I understand that it's like colonizing or whatever, but like that's so funny to me to be like Vladimir Guerrero.
That's
so
fair.
funny.
That's so funny.
Albert Bell.
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
Big Al.
guys. That's what we're talking
Big Al.
about.
Jim
Come on,
told me.
Steve.
Jim told me,
Hey, look at Steven. Steven
Yeah,
Kwan.
hey, there you go.
He was on my show. He had a really funny comment about how he was almost Kenji Kwan.
Wow.
His mom almost called him, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to go back, but I'm pretty sure Kenji was the name. And then in the end, he was poking fun. He's like, and then she just went with Steve.
Well,
Steven.
and you know what? Quan is not bad. I mean, that's
Michelle Kwan. It's a pretty iconic name.
Iconic.
right.
Iconic. There you go.
But he's also, I was talking about, he's also the heart and soul of our team. But baseball, we have been just killing them. What about the Cavs? You have been at every game, and you keep going, girl. You keep going.
Let them know. So to catch people up to speed, I've been getting credentialed for games and really just to participate, build some relationships, help be a pathway for positive coverage. People might say I'm a homer for that. Well, yes, I am. Okay, that's my brand. I'm a positive.
Yeah.
So, and I love it, and I love ball, and I love Cavs. So I've just been trying to participate, and so the hours have been kind of crazy though, Hanford. Like I turned around today, I'm still like looking how I looked last night. Like pretty much woke up, I'm here in half my pajamas. But let me just tell you this: the whiteout crowd at the arena, the energy, and it's really cool how you see the players feed off of that and really come alive. I know Ty Jerome has said like he totally feeds off of that, and it's great to see him in the spotlight.
Well, it really is, and man, I'm telling you, I understand the zone that he was in because me myself.
Go ahead, talk that talk.
Played a little.
Yeah,
Are
come
you
on
sure?
now.
Are you sure you're not black? You don't have a little. You sure you don't have?
Am I a little spicy?
Right,
today?
you sure you don't have just a dab in you there? So
my grandma called me Miss Sassy, so I don't know. I'm just got a little sassy.
I'm gonna have to talk to your mom and dad.
Sicilian
on that
sass.
one,
That's what we call it.
But anyway, I forgot where was I headed with the whole thing. You got me.
Who knows? Oh, you have your because you played back in the day.
You got me all going. But anyway, he was in a zone, and again, me having played little basketball in my day, I understand that zone you get in, and anyone that have played basketball, you guys know what I'm talking about. You get in that zone where anything that you throw up is gonna go in the hoop. And that hoop is just so big at some point, you just want to shoot. And I'm telling you, man, Ty Jerome, if he doesn't win, Gab, if he doesn't win Sixth Man of the Year, something's wrong.
For sure.
He is a finalist officially, but yeah, I wonder, Pat, like when do they do their second round of voting? Because I feel like I needed everyone to see that game last night before they submit for the next.
And I know that they say that like playoffs don't really count. It's supposed to be a regular season award, but look at Ty Jerome in the regular season. He was better than Peyton Pritchard and like whoever else is in the sixth man voting. I forget the third guy, but it's Ty Jerome's award. And I know, Gab gets accused. You think you're accused of a homer or whatever, but like just look at his numbers. It's the way he takes over a game is way more special than Peyton Pritchard.
Well, he's the only player in the NBA to average. I mean, first of all, he was leading the NBA for the amount of points he was putting up per game. Based on the minutes he was playing, which was less than 20, he was outperforming the entire. So he was the top mark.
Well, I want to say that it's okay for you to be a homer because I consider all three of us in here homers.
Of course,
it's fair.
I mean, we are just we're big Cavaliers fans. But you're exactly right though, Gab, when you said that they were the energy that was in that place and the players were just feeding off of that, and you could see it, Mitchell. Every time, I mean, I thought
Mitchell dropped 30.
Oh, he did. It was a quiet 30, But what he did was he just kept those guys fired up, and he was playing off the crowd too. And I thought that was just so important. But to start that game, Mitchell, for instance, I think he missed like his first 4 or 5 3-pointers.
Oh, yeah. His threes were a little cold.
Yeah, but he wasn't
like
giving up. You know what he was doing?
Yeah.
He was scoring. He was getting to the basket. He was still making plays, and he was finding the guys that was open. And I'm telling you, he I thought he had a fantastic game. Mm-hmm. And when he went out of the game, Garland came in. And I'm telling you, this kid is playing lights out too. But you look at that whole basketball team. I think they're all playing good playoff basketball. And the most important thing, I like the way he managed his roster, meaning giving those guys that time out, because you could tell they're refreshed right now for this playoffs.
Yeah.
And you keep going, girl, because as long as you're there, we're gonna keep winning. So you be in the stands or whatever. You all over the place though.
Let's go, guys.
At that arena.
Here it is. As he's the only Ty Jerome, only NBA reserve player to average 10 points and 3 assists per game while shooting 50% from the field and 40% for 3. Now that was actually a different stat line than the original one I was pointing out. But he, in addition to that, for playing less than 20 minutes per game, was outscoring and outperforming the rest of the NBA.
And one of the other things too, guys, is so the 50-40-90 club, which I think is pretty close to what you're referencing there. 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 90% from the free throw line. I don't know if Ty got there fully on games played or whatever.
He'll tell you he's a little bummed about the free throws. He gets bruised by him by the teammates too.
He gets bruised by him. But the thing is like, guys like Mark Price were on that list. Like Stephen Curry, there's only maybe like 15 in NBA history to have played enough games to make that club, and it's an elite club. So like even Ty just barely missed it, but that's elite level.
Hey, did you guys?
Yeah, because he is okay. Here it is. The 28 points he had off the bench. He's just the third player in Cavs history to score 28 plus off the bench in his playoff debut.
Wow.
Joins LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, those are some names, guys.
Those are some big names.
Hey, did you guys see Steph Curry yesterday? I mean,
no. Do you think I was interested in Steph Curry?
Well, I gotta say,
it was vintage.
Right.
Vintage.
What happened?
He was so good.
Oh my
goodness!
Pat, did you see some of the shots that he hit? I mean, it's just unbelievable. Some of the shots that he hit. Steph Curry. But anyway, I want to talk about yesterday was Easter.
Yeah, how was your Easter?
Well, it was.
Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
As of shooting
Doesn't that feel like so long ago?
Yeah. I don't know. There was Easter and then there was the Cavs game, and they felt like 2 different days.
Did you guys eat a lot, or did you guys kind of
No, dude, I was locked in. I was like all getting ready for the Cavs. I went to my spin class, I went to church, and then I got ready for the Cavs game.
Oh, tell me about church.
St. James.
Did you
again.
Did you pray for us?
I did.
Good,
I am always praying.
Pat, you believer?
Oh, I think so. I believe Gab on that one.
You might have been not as specific, but in a general sense.
I'll tell you what, too. In my little Catholic school days, I used to always be like, "Can LeBron get 30 points today? Can the Cavs win, please?" I was like 5.
And those paid off. They're still paying
Didn't
off.
they?
Thank you.
Let me tell you guys what I
what did you
cooked yesterday.
Get up to?
I cooked some collard greens.
I knew it. I knew he was going to say that. And you didn't bring any in studio. Do you know those are my favorite?
I cooked some collard greens. I cooked some macaroni and cheese. In the crock pot, I did some black eyed peas because I wanted black eyed peas. I don't know why I wanted black eyed peas, but I did black eyed peas in the crock pot, which was just so good. Then I had some honey cornbread and potato salad. And what else did I have? And then I had, let me tell you about this dessert. Pat, you know what kind of pie I had? Gab, I know you know what kind of pie I had.
Oh, I know what you had. Don't tell me you had a little sweet potato.
Sweet potato pie.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Pat, what's wrong with you?
I couldn't remember.
Guys.
I couldn't think back to Thanksgiving. You and Jameis, remember? It was
Right.
sweet potato pie.
So is sweet potato pie, just throwing this out there, it's the same thing as pumpkin?
No.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
That's what
slightly different.
I've heard a lot of people say that. But I'll eat sweet potato pie, but I won't eat.
I got caught up during.
I would not eat
when
pumpkin pie, and but you know what else I did? I had some vanilla bean ice cream. What I do is take that sweet potato pie, put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then put that vanilla bean in there. You know what kind of ice cream I had?
What'd you have?
Here, local.
Mitchell's?
Mitchell's.
Mitchell's.
Man.
Come on, guys. What's wrong with you?
You gotta get that Mally's chocolate fudge, though. Hot fudge.
Ooh,
From Mitchell's?
You ever had Mally's before,
they don't
Hanford?
have it.
I've never
Mally's?
had that.
Have you ever had Mally's, buddy?
No.
Mally's is great. It's on the west side. It's
Is it really
Lakewood.
good?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no knock
phenomenal.
on
Okay.
Mitchell's.
There's one, actually, you know what? It's on Center Ridge over there by like the get-go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are they local?
Yeah, I believe so.
Really? And I haven't had them?
You gotta
Yeah.
try the hot fudge. It was a staple of childhood.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
about
yeah.
for you, Pat? I
Oh,
don't know. We
yeah.
always made Mally's runs.
Yep.
See, you guys have been holding back on me. I mean, that's a damn shame you've been holding back on me. You guys don't treat me right. God damn it, you don't treat the top dog right. But that's all right. Draft is coming up.
That's right.
The draft is coming up. We're gonna take our first break of the show. Thanks for watching the Hanford Dixon Show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show. It's time for our Browns headlines brought to you by Northeast Factory Direct. It's patio season, gang, and Northeast Factory Direct has everything you need to turn your backyard into the ultimate hangout spot. We're talking about beautiful outdoor sectionals, dining sets, sofas, swivel chairs, fire pit tables, you name it. Stylish, durable, and super comfortable, Northeast Factory Direct works directly with manufacturers, so you get incredible quality at prices that blow away the big box stores. There's no middleman, so there's no markups. Just serious savings. You can shop online at northeastfactorydirect.com or visit any of their stores. They've got Euclid, Cleveland, Macedonia, or North Canton, and don't forget to ask about that Hanford Dixon bonus.
For a little special something on. You know what? I don't know. I think I was listening to one of their ads, and I'm not sure. I don't want to say this for sure, but I think they're starting to do floors too. I think you can go in there and they've added that on to everything else that they're doing over there. But again, everybody go over there and see him. Alex and his crew, they're just such nice people, and their most important thing is to try to get it to you, whatever you want, at a reasonable price. So you have to go see him. And again, Hanford Dixon Special.
Check them out. Okay, guys, NFL draft starting Thursday. My birthday, Hanford.
Well, happy birthday.
Don't you forget it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
20 what?
You're silly. He's silly.
Well, hell, I'm 29, so what can I say? You know,
I'll be 29. Actually, all right, 29.
Well, you gonna? She started to go there, and then she said, "I'm gonna leave that one alone."
All right. Well, so here we go. Gab's birthday draft party. I know
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Don't do that.
Happy birthday, dear Gab. Happy birthday to you.
I'm too sorry.
Yeah. All right. I hope the Browns give you a good present.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I really
That's
do.
right.
I really do.
I wonder if they will, or if I bet we will. I bet we'll get
think so.
something good. I know we've been talking about it. We've been saying, what are they gonna do with their second overall pick this year? Before we go there, though, because I know we've been rehashing this. Pat, we were chatting about it. Do you think the Browns are going to draft a running back? It's a strong running back class, and we got to consider Nick Chubb in the picture here.
Well, I think the best running back in the draft, he will definitely be there. I think it's his kid, Aston Gentry. I think that's
Ashton Genty. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's his name. But anyway, he is the guy. Is that Boise? I want to say he's with
sir.
Boise State. This guy's unbelievable. Set all kind of records, and he is definitely in a class by himself coming out at running back. We really need a running back. I don't know if we want to take one that high, but I think this kid can easily go within the first 10 picks or the first 5 picks. He is that good. The thing is, guys, no one. Does it surprise you guys that no one is gone after Nick Chubb?
Yeah, we haven't really talked about it on the show. It's kind of this silent, somber.
Right.
I think maybe we're all in denial.
Because we all love him.
Right.
I mean,
it tells me that the league, everyone's also kind of counting him out.
Yeah, I mean, this guy. I mean, we know the situation. I mean, he's had 2 operations on that same leg, and then he hurt his foot, and obviously, maybe they know something that we don't know. But yeah, I told you guys, I was talking to Greg Pruitt about him. And because I know Greg was in a similar situation where he had surgery, and I asked Greg, I said, shall we count him out? And he said, absolutely not. He said, hell, I was able to come back from those injuries, and I'm sure with technology, the way it is, technology is definitely better today than it was then. But that's a little bit shocking to me. But, yeah, we definitely need to address the running back there in this draft. And, guys, I was going to tell you this, looking at the first 5 picks, obviously Tennessee is number 1. Okay, then we're number 2, and then you got the Giants and Patriots and Jacksonville. Those are the first 5 picks. And you know what? I've been. You guys hear me? I went off on a rant, and I started to.
Here we go.
I did. I mean, I was so wanted us to take a quarterback with that second pick that we have, but now I don't know. The closer I get to the draft, I changed my mind. It has nothing to do with Andrew Berry's press conference. I'm not, I take that, everything he said at that press conference, I take it and throw it out the window.
Nothing about the Shohei Ohtani comments?
Yeah.
That didn't play any of
I think those are
Right.
crazy also.
Yeah.
I think those are so wildly crazy for a football player to say. You're still in the same field. Like, you're playing a different position. I get that. But Shohei Ohtani has a bat and a glove.
Right.
Those are 2 completely wildly different things.
Right.
But
it is
whatever.
a little apples to oranges.
Yeah,
Only because
completely.
football is so physical.
I
Can you
totally
imagine
agree.
trying to play offense and defense?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I can't wait to see, though, with that pick, I think it's going to be either one of those 2 guys talking about Hunter, or it's going to be Carter. I think it's going to be one of those 2 guys or who we're going to take. And then I think that's where it's going to get a little bit interesting. And the draft is so crazy depending on how things go, because you always have someone to take someone and throw the whole thing out of whack. And that'll mess up everybody's board. And then everybody have to come back. And because, they play out in the draft room, obviously, they play out all these different scenarios of what's going to happen, what can happen, what will happen, and what will not happen, and who's there left on the board. But there's definitely some needs that we need to address, and it all starts, guys, with that first pick. And again, I think it's going to either be Hunter or Carter. And you know what? Here's the thing that killed me, and wondering how you guys feel about this. And how the hell can Sanders? I mean, guys, a few weeks ago, this guy, they were talking about him being possibly the first pick in the draft. It was going back and forth between him and Ward. Okay, now they're talking about this guy could possibly fall as low as to the bottom of the first round. I mean, is that got anything to do with Dion being his father or something?
I don't think so.
You don't think, Pat?
I don't think it has so much to do with Dion being his father. Is like people are realizing he's not really got the arm strength. So the 2 quarterbacks at the top of this draft, they wouldn't be 1-2 in any other year. You know what I mean? Like Cam Ward would be 7th, probably like in the Josh Allen slot that he would have been, in previous years. But everyone so desperately needs quarterback this year that they're pushing them up so much. I think people are realizing that they don't necessarily need to do that, that you can take talent at the top of this draft and push Shedeur back down.
But guys, here's my question to that, Pat and Gabby. I mean, the guy hasn't played football now in a few months. 4 months or whatever? Mm-hmm. I mean, when he was playing, he was up at the top of the board. Now all of a sudden, he hasn't played any football and he can drop to the bottom. That doesn't make sense to me. I think that's absolutely crazy.
Do you think it has anything to do with?
It's got to be Dion, because what one of my friends said. They said, well, if you draft him, you're going to get Dion too. You damn right you're going to get Dion, because that's his father. I mean, look at his father. Pretty much, Dion was probably almost one of the greatest players to play the game. You got to give him a lot of credit. I mean, Dion was pretty good at what he was doing, and he stepped into that Colorado role, and he's turned that football team, that college team, into a winner.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give him a lot of credit. I don't know. I just think that's absolutely crazy, and I hate to see the kid's stock drop as low as they say that it's been dropping, because I think he's going to be a fine football player. I think he's going to make team. I think he's going to make some team happy.
Maybe he was just like a little overrated out of the gates.
I think so.
And now we're kind of catching up, like his physical traits and whatnot. Maybe they've had time to collect themselves and really look at like the board on what he has to offer.
I would agree with that. I don't think Shedeur has really that great of arm strength. If you look at it too, I understand the argument. He's won wherever he's gone, in Colorado, at Jackson State with his dad. But I mean, at a certain point, like going, what did they go, 8-4 or whatever it was at Colorado? Like it's still only 8-4 at Colorado. Like he wasn't showing up other players, like he wasn't outclassing every other player that he played, in my opinion. They were good players, but I think Travis Hunter made a lot of those plays for him.
Well, here's what I'm afraid of. Okay, and hear me on this. There's two teams in the AFC North that really need quarterbacks, and you guys know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Steelers and the Browns. Those are the two teams that really need. You look at the draft. Okay, the Raiders draft at number 6. Obviously, they need a quarterback. The Saints draft, I think they're number 9. They need a quarterback. But you look at the Steelers in the first round. The Steelers have the 21st pick. Okay, when you look at the Steelers, guys, I'm telling you, Mike Tomlin is going to pick up a quarterback. I don't know what quarterback he's going to pick up, but he's going to pick up a quarterback, I think, in this draft because they're sick and tired of that Aaron Rodgers thing. I mean,
they can't be putting all their Easter eggs in that basket.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, for all you Steelers fans, I mean, I'm surprised that you guys have stuck by this guy this long. I think it's just absolutely crazy. And I want to see, and this is for you Steelers, Bengals, and Ravens fans, I want to see that AFC North competitive again. I want to see every single team good. Every single team good. Because the Browns hopefully are coming. I want to say that. We are coming, but we have to catch up with the Baltimore Ravens. We have to catch up with the Cincinnati Bengals. And if somewhat, we have to catch up with the Pittsburgh Steelers because if they get a quarterback, then, again, they're going to be right back in the hunt.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Hanford Dixon Show right after this. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show. It's time for our Lipton Hard Iced Tea, hard-hitting question of the week, Hanford. And this one is, and I think I know your answer, but do you want Jalen Milroe or a different quarterback?
Oh, yeah. You know my answer to that one. I understand why these guys change their mind when it get closer to the draft because I'm a little bit open now to some of the other guys that are on the board. I mean, obviously, I think the number 1 pick is going to be Ward. I think he is the guy that Tennessee is going to take. Or if somebody, you never know, somebody may offer Tennessee something that they just can't refuse, like a boatload of number 1 picks, or draft picks. And if they really want that guy, but I would like to see us again. If we don't take a quarterback somewhere within these first 50 picks, I would be really, really upset, really disappointed because we really need a quarterback. And when you look at some of the ones that are out there, this guy has moving up the ranks. Talking about this kid Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. And he is, my understanding, he's the real deal. I mean, this guy can play. He's a big guy. I think he's like 6'2", about 225, somewhere around there. And he's been coached really well. But then again, you got Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe's got something that you can't teach. I mean, he's got speed. I mean, this guy runs like a 4.3 40. But he played well, guys, in the Georgia game. And we guys know Curly. I mean, we know how good Georgia's defense has been because when you watch the draft, you watch to see how many guys from Georgia come off the board. Teams that is going to come off the board with a lot of picks, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, teams like that. That's where all the pretty much the high draft picks are going to come from. But he played well against Georgia. But you look at some of the other games, Jalen Milroe didn't play as well. So that's a big factor. But you can't teach a guy how to run. You could teach him how to improve his throwing game and stuff like that. But I am open to it right now. But if I was to lean toward a quarterback, Jalen Milroe, baby, we got to stick with the Roll Tide, Alabama.
We've been knowing he's going to say that, too. We've been knowing it.
But are you guys surprised, though, that I'm a little open to someone else, a different quarterback coming in?
I feel like all of us have really changed our opinions a little bit, too, like over the last couple weeks and months. I wanted Abdul Carter at 2. I never really wanted Shedeur, but now I'm cool with Travis Hunter. I could be fine with Jalen Milroe at 33 if he's still there. Only at 33, though. I don't particularly really want to trade up for him, but opinions are malleable and they're changeable. So
you guys know what I'm afraid of. I'm really afraid of this. Talking about Shedeur Sanders, I am so afraid that we don't draft this guy. Somebody's going to draft him.
And beat up on us?
And no. Well, yeah, but he turned out to be a hell of a player. I mean, just an outstanding quarterback in the National Football League. And then the guy was right there for us to take, and we passed on him. But, they're watching a lot more film. They're looking at a lot more things. They're doing a lot more background check and all that kind of stuff on these guys than we are. So that's why I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt with this whole thing. But we have to get a quarterback because, again, we're in that AFC North, and in the AFC North, we got 2 quarterbacks we got to face every year. We have to face them twice a year. Talking about those damn Bengals with your man crush guy and Lamar.
No, you keep saying that.
Well, you like him. I like him too.
Wait, you said Bengals?
Yeah.
My man crush guy?
Yeah.
Who?
Quarterback.
Oh, yeah. No, it was that we look alike.
Okay.
First of all, I don't even see that, but happy birthday to Gab if you look like Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the case may be.
Well, Pat, you know what happened.
How old is Joe Burrow?
When Joe Burrow died,
Gab looks younger than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's like 26, 7. I don't know what he is.
Gab, he cleaned that one up, didn't he?
He cleaned that one up. Yeah. In the break, we were pointing out that I'm in my own relationship a little bit older than my partner.
It's not even what I meant, honestly. But
okay, I wasn't sure.
I wasn't going there. I was leaving that one alone. Normally, I'm the one that pulled that one out of her.
That's not even what I meant, man. But the funniest part, too, is like going back to the Jalen Milroe thing. Doesn't it kind of feel like with Shedeur Sanders, if he's going to drop, doesn't it kind of feel like the guy that we have in our building right now, Kenny Pickett? We said that a couple of years ago.
Right.
I mean, you don't want to miss on this guy. You don't want to miss on this guy. Well, you know what? What if Jalen Milroe is the guy? Max Loeb, our guy for Honor the Land, here on the Big Play Sports Network, made a great point. All these 31 other teams are like, oh, what if we're wrong? What if we're wrong? What if you're right? If you're right, you have Jalen Hurts, It's completely different.
And guys, we have 2 quarterbacks right now in the room. We have 2 quarterbacks in the room, Flacco and Pickett. And I don't know. They didn't draft this. They saw something. Pittsburgh saw something in him to draft him with the number 1 pick. And he's got to understand right now, if he's going to be that guy, he's got to be that guy right now. I mean, he's got to come out. He's got to be that guy. And I think he's going to come out. He's going to compete like hell because Flacco, I'm telling you, Flacco is not coming in here to be a mentor to any of these guys. Flacco's coming here to play. He's coming here to play. He's coming here to win and hopefully take us to the playoffs and championship. That's just the mindset that I know Flacco had. And hell, he should have that because hell, we got coaches on these gurus that's supposed to be able to take a quarterback from point A to point B. So hopefully that's what happened.
The more we talk about it, I bet I could go back to Shedeur. I'm like, we're going to get Shedeur.
Yeah. That's this time of year. You can talk yourself into anybody at this point. You know what I mean?
But listen to this, guys. We're sitting here. Everybody's thinking, and we're thinking the same thing, that Ward is going to be the number 1 pick, that Tennessee is going to take him. That's supposedly what's supposed to happen, but it may not happen. That's the thing about the draft. This stuff is crazy. I mean, it is absolutely crazy that someone could, like Tennessee or whoever, can throw a wrinkle in there because they all play these little mind games. They want to make you believe that they're going to take someone that possibly they don't take them. Like I said, they just throw a wrinkle in the whole thing. But that's the exciting part of the NFL draft.
We forgot about the mind games. That is so true.
Yes.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Hanford Dixon Show right after this. Welcome back back to the Hanford Dixon Show. We're going to go around the AFC North. This is all brought to you by our friends at Garage Beer. Garage Beer, if you didn't know, just comes in 2 flavors. They've got classic light lager and lime. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs, just beer-flavored beer. You can find local retailers who sell Garage Beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com. Okay, Hanford, let's go around the AFC North here. Don't say anything. This is the first time. You didn't even interrupt. It's awesome.
Well, I was getting ready to, but you gave me a look.
He had the little twinkle in his eye,
but they didn't see that look you gave me. That look you gave me was, Hanford, don't say one word. Don't you say one word. I know when to shut up, Gab. I know when to keep my mouth shut.
He's just silly. All kinds of silliness. Hanford Bengals. We'll start there.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they go, Gab. They have
their first pick.
They have the 17th pick in this draft, and they're having all kind of problems right now, because when I say they're having all kind of problems, they gave a lot of money to those 2 wide receivers. I mean, lot of money, and when you look at it, I mean, who the hell is going to block for Joe Burrow? That's going to be the problem. I mean, you got guys that can catch it. You got a quarterback that can throw it, but you also need someone on that offensive line. And when you look at it, LSU has got a kid coming out. I mean, this kid is a monster. I mean, a monster. Will Campbell.
Campbell, yeah.
Campbell, yeah. I was going to say, I couldn't remember his last name, but Will Campbell is the guy. And I'm telling you, he's pretty much I think, rated the #1 offensive lineman coming out. That would be a great guy for them, but the problem is, by the time they draft, I guarantee you this kid is going to be gone. But I guarantee you they got to go with their offensive line. They got to try to take – and they got problems on because you got on that defensive side, I mean – guys are mad. They want money. They want to be paid. And now, are you guys as shocked as I am about the Cincinnati Bengals? I never would have thought they would pay anybody like they paid. Burrows has gotten paid.
They opened their
checkbooks. Yeah, they never. But I guess now they understand. They have to be competitive in this league. You got to open up your checkbook. So the Bengals, but they have the main thing intact. They have their quarterback and they have those 2 wide receivers. Now they just have to build around those guys to get everything else going.
All right, Steelers. What do you think they're going to do with their first pick? They picked 21.
This is going to be interesting because...
and do you think they're being held hostage by Aaron Rodgers?
Pretty much, right?
There is no question. And Aaron, it wouldn't surprise me if Aaron Rodgers just go and retire.
I was going to say, right? Yeah. Like
he might just go and retire. But the thing that's really surprising to me is that Tomlin and his guys over there will wait so long for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's disrupting everything, putting everything on hold that they was trying to do because they're waiting for him, trying to see if they're going to get a quarterback. But I think what they'll do is, if this thing doesn't work out with Aaron Rodgers, obviously they have to go into the draft or trade or something and get a quarterback and see who's going to start at them. So. And then there's a lot of guys that might be there. Jalen Milroe. I think if Jalen Milroe is there, that's a guy they may consider. I think this kid, Dart, I think if he's there, that's another guy, a quarterback that they would consider. But Pittsburgh Steelers definitely need a quarterback, and I guarantee you they're not going to come out this draft without having one.
All right. And the Ravens. They're picking 27th, ESPN ranking their positions of need. Defensive tackle, cornerback, edge, wide receiver. What do you think?
I think what's going to happen with the Ravens, I think they're going to get a cornerback. I think that's going to be their need. Obviously, they got Humphrey, who is getting up there in age, but they still consider him as a lockdown guy. And I think what they'll do is they'll move him inside or put him on the slot on one of those guys right there. But Baltimore Ravens are a pretty solid team. Baltimore Ravens just have to figure out how to get out of their own way in the playoffs, because they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be right there toward the end. But this is a good football team, and it's coached very well by Harbaugh. And it's, Bisciotti, who is the owner, he's making sure those guys have everything they need. They spend a lot of money over there, too. I mean, I think right now they're probably looking at trying to redo Lamar's contract to stay ahead of the game because these quarterbacks right now, man, those salaries are just going up. But I think the number one thing they're going to do, I think probably what they're going to do is they're going to go with a cornerback with their first pick. And again, their pick is the 27th pick. And who knows, maybe they see someone they like and they may try to move up a couple of slots or something like that. But this AFC North, again, I think once the draft is complete, I think this AFC North is going to be strong again.
All right. Big thank you to our friends at Garage Beer once again. So go grab some. DrinkGarageBeer.com for more info. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Hanford Dixon Show right after this. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show as we get into our later stages. Oh, did you just put glasses on?
I was going to ask you. You like
wardrobe change.
I was going to ask you. Shut up. Don't you start, okay? You just shut up. Go ahead and do what you were doing and leave me alone.
He was just, and I noticed you ditched the headphones.
What? Oh.
This is so unlike him.
This guy's all over the place.
This guy is crazy. We take one break and he loses all his
You know
marbles.
why? You know why? It's so hot.
It's so hot in here, guys. You have no idea.
I mean, it is smoking hot in here.
That's is why. Toasty. We need Hanford to step out.
You know who was smoking hot, though, for a little bit, though, was the Guards. They swept the Pirates this past weekend. I know it got a little dicey, but 3 wins is 3 wins. Like, yeah, Class A was not exactly what we wanted, but hey, 3 wins is 3 wins, guys.
You know we got that big series coming up this weekend. Guys, listen to this.
Yankees are in town.
Listen to this. This weekend, this whole week is just sports, just unbelievable. Look. You just hit on it. The Yankees are in town. We have a 3-game.
We didn't even talk about the Columbus Crew.
Yes,
yeah, we got a 3-game series with the Yankees. Okay, the draft is this week, and the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
The Cavs are when they play Wednesday. I think
Wednesday.
They play
Wednesday
against Miami. Miami again. This city is just buzzing right now. Gav just look at me, just laugh at me. But this city is buzzing right now with things to do. I downtown is just happening right now. So
and we had the greatest soccer player in the world here at Brown Stadium on Saturday.
Yeah, I can't believe we didn't talk about it. Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi beat the Columbus Crew 1-0.
I was in Argentina and I watched him.
Wow.
On TV.
Oh, okay.
In Argentina. So it was different, though. It was still exciting. I really
the whole
felt
world
like,
shuts down there for soccer.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Like during the World Cup, I don't know if you saw any of the footage of that, but unbelievable, guys.
Guys, no, we did a tourist thing, and it's so intense. Hanford soccer on that part of the world is so, intense that did you know that if you go to the stadium, if you're the opposing team, you have to stay on the other side of the stadium.
Oh, really?
And, fights break out, violence breaks out. If you go to, a certain part of town with, the wrong jersey on. It's crazy. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't
well, that's what our guide said, and he lives there. So
no.
I don't think he'd be lying.
No, I believe you. I'm just saying I didn't know that. I
Get
know,
yourself on the wrong side of Pittsburgh, though.
Yeah,
with the Browns jersey.
That's true. That's
I know
fair.
one thing. I don't want to go if fights are breaking out.
No, it was crazy. They're you could die.
That's
over
like
here.
hockey.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You want to hear something funny? I was with Ozzy was in town this weekend, and he and I was sitting down having a little beverage, just laughing and talking and just going over stuff. And there was this a lady and this guy sitting across the bar from us, and then I was holding conversations back between the two of them, and then I said, the guy turns around and look at us. He said, you guys, what team you guys play for, or used to play for? And then we told him, and then we looked at him. So the guy goes in his pocket, and he pulls out a ring, a championship ring. And this guy is I can't remember the team, but he's one of the players, personnel guys with in the National Hockey League, and it was just so funny. So the conversation just really started flowing. We were sitting at the bar at what's the name of that little place on the east side? A&G, a hotel right there at.
No idea.
Is right there near Beechwood.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of the hotels. I think it's a Marriott hotel. So, but anyway, I just thought I'll throw that out. So
the hockey playoffs just started. We can talk about that with Jack as well. But this is one of the best times of the year, guys, where baseball is actually in the flow of it. Starting March 28th is kind of terrible, in my opinion, especially with 8 road games or 9 road games or whatever it was. But this is one of the best. They call it sports equinox sort of deal, where hockey, the NFL draft's happening, baseball, basketball. It's a great time of year.
We got it all. We got it all. All right, we're going to take a break, Hanford. We'll be back with more Top Dog Show right after this. The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Infinity, luxury experiences for those who dare to be different. Visit infinityusa.com today. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show. We were just talking about Lionel Messi being in Cleveland.
Taking on the Columbus Crew.
Taking on the Crew. And
Pat,
the Crew.
is that the team that the Haslam?
Yes, it is.
Is that their team?
Yes, it is.
Cool jersey the Crew gave me. They
okay.
gave me a little box, actually, which is pretty cool. I wish if I had been up on my game, I would have tried to find a way to go. I was so tired after the Cavs. I don't know how Kenny even made it, and all the guys, Cavs players, made it over to that game because I was
Yeah,
so
that's the other thing, too, guys, is Kenny was the honorary, starter or whatever, the guy who breaks through the brick wall there in front of the game, because they do that at all the Crew games, and it was cool to see Kenny win that. It
he
was really
literally
cool.
lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
He was so happy. And
Isn't
what
that
was
great?
so funny and odd was then the very next, hours later, we're doing pregame press conference, and he was just so his
locked
personality cracks me up because he really is the most easygoing guy. You can just tell, and he's so kind. But he was so business in the press conference, and it's funny because I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, dude, you were just so, and then he just shape-shifted.
Well, you know what? Soccer is such a popular sport too. I mean, it is just people just flock to inside the stadiums to watch it. I mean, and you talked about it earlier because you were talking about how the fans are just crazy.
Yeah, I would say that even in the United States, these fans are lightweight compared to the rest of the world.
Well, and football fans, they tend to indulge in a little, have a few cocktails and then maybe have a fight here and there. But I can't believe what you said. Someone told you about these.
Well, these are real football fans.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of yellow, because we were just doing Crew here, I'll have you know that with Easter, I gave up desserts for Lent. And I haven't eaten a dessert yet, so I'm about to eat this Laffy Taffy, but first I'm going to read you one of the jokes. Okay, guys.
It's going to taste so good.
What kind of tree likes to give high fives?
Say it again.
What kind of tree likes to give high fives? You know this. You guys actually...
Oh, this one should be easy, right?
It's easy. Do you want me to give you a hint?
I think I got it. What do you think, Hanford?
Okay.
I think I got it. But
All right,
what is
Ready?
it?
1, 2, 3, palm tree.
What were you going to say? He's silly.
Man.
I knew he didn't even have an answer.
What you got,
You're
Hanford?
right. No.
You're right. It was correct.
Palm tree?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
there's another one. Why couldn't...
Nothing gets past me.
Why couldn't the
That's
clam...
why we have you in the big seat over there. Come on.
What you got, Gab?
This one's stupider. Why couldn't the clam finish dinner?
Oh, God.
No, I'm going to change it. I don't think this one... Why couldn't the turkey finish dinner?
Oh. The turkey?
Well, the
The
easy one's right
turkey.
there. It's too stuffed.
Yes. Yeah. That's...
Too stuffed.
Wow, he got it.
Just
Well,
eat
Pat's
that.
on a roll.
Just eat that
Well,
damn
it's
thing.
so hot in here that I can't
It's
eat it.
stuck to the. It's stuck
no.
to the
'Cause it
inside
really-
of the
Get us outta here,
paper.
guys.
Yeah,
Get
it's
us outta
stuck-
here.
We really
it's
have to
stuck
go.
to the
Are we
inside
done?
of the paper.
All right, guys,
You
thanks
gotta
for
eat
watching.
it. You gotta eat it first.
Thanks
Come
for
on,
watching
add a
it.
little piece of it.
Hanford
All
Dixon
right,
Show.
all right.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.